Dakota Lasky, the Rapture. Oh, and just getting everybody's stuff out here. All right, so the next match we're going to have is going to be Tweek versus DKwill. Definitely a match I'm really looking forward to seeing. I don't think these guys have ever played in tournament. They may have once before. Actually, let me ask them.
Hey,
yo, guys.
What's up, stream fam? How's it going? So we continue our run through winners. Actually, no, this is losers now.
Yes, that's correct. This is the losers bracket, round 3 of losers.
Yeah, False.
Excuse me, round 4 of losers.
Yeah, it looks like False just defeated Dill 2-0.
Yep.
If I saw that correctly.
Advancing himself to a spot in the top 6 of this tournament. And this is where we are right now because Tweek already played Vex off stream. I feel bad, or I don't know if I feel bad. I'm actually slightly tight that Vex played some off-stream matches because the stream was loving the Ganondorf. I was loving the Ganondorf.
Yeah, well, they came to me and they were like, hey, you know.
He just switched it.
Yeah, Tweek and Vex came up to me. Are they switching it?
Yeah, I know, but it says.
And so they came up to me and they're like, "Oh yeah, we gotta play." I'm like, "All right, well, you guys can play on stream or you can play off stream. You know, it doesn't really matter to me. I'd like you guys to play on stream." And I think Vex said he wanted to play on stream.
But Tweek didn't.
No, Tweek didn't seem to mind. I'm not sure what happened with it.
Maybe they just got antsy.
Yeah, it kind of it threw me off because I was like, I called their match and Tweek was like, "Oh, I already beat him." I'm like, "Oh, all right."
well, there goes that.
Yeah, well, at least we got to see Vex versus J-Tails on stream.
Yeah, dude, that was too real.
Knocking J-Tails out really early.
Super early. J-Tails got 9th at this tournament.
With Diddy Kong, yeah.
Unprecedented low finish for J-Tails, who's won all 3 of the KTAR regional tournaments. I believe he won a smash attack or 2.
Yep.
I think he won 1 smash attack.
Yeah, he's won 1.
Yeah, dude. Sick tournament so far.
Yeah, seriously.
Not too many upsets aside from that. Oh, wait. Actually, J-Tails got upset twice. Once by Angel Cortez and once by...
You really think Angel beating him is an upset?
Yes,
I don't
absolutely,
think so.
dude.
Think so.
Everybody thought J-Tails was comfortably the best Diddy Kong in the region. Either way.
Yeah, but I don't think that's necessarily an upset just because he was playing the best, apparently the best
Well,
Diddy.
either way, it was Seed 2 versus Seed 7. And
okay, fair.
Seed 7 won. So that, like, by definition, an upset. Either way, we've got Tweek versus Will. Battle of 2 nutty characters that nobody really knows too much about unless you're from this region.
Yeah, you know, Tweek was talking in the crowd earlier, thinking about maybe potentially changing characters, because he just feels like, I don't know, maybe Sheik or Pikachu would be a better pick. But he actually said that he feels like Bowser Jr. has a lot of untapped potential. That's why he doesn't want to drop the character just yet.
He really does. And, I mean, Tweek is the only one tapping any of
the
potential.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay, tries to get in with that cart to aerials, but DK with way too big of a grab range to let any of that be safe on him.
Ooh. And I love just watching Will's usage of the up B. He's always able to cancel the landing lag with it. It's so smooth how he does it. It makes it such a huge threat in this matchup.
And I asked these guys just before they started if they have ever played, and this is the first time they're playing with custom moves legal, but Tweek has beaten Will before 1 or 2 times. He didn't tell me how many times, but Will was like, he bodied me without customs. So we'll see, though, that Tweek is using all default, whereas Will is using almost an entire customized moveset. I don't think he has a single default move on if he's using Hot Slaps.
Yeah, no, yes, I believe he has Hot Slaps, the Shield Breaker, like kind of cross up side B. Of course, he has Cyclone Kong.
It's the diving one.
Yeah,
the fastball one,
yeah. And then the Storm Punch.
Storm Punch, yeah.
Ooh,
all right.
Connects with a solid up air, and that'll give him 1 stock kill.
And only 40% on Will with such a heavy character. This isn't really that much of a setback. He took the Mecha Koopa off with the win.
I was going to say, you know, in other matchups, especially against, like, you know, say Sonic or Sheik, you know, Bowser Jr. really has to watch out using the Mecha Koopa. Not only does it take a while to get it out, but it creates pressure on your own shield as well. But in this matchup, it seems like it's a lot more effective against DK.
Yo, that Storm Punch is hilarious.
Yeah.
Also, I love how Will, just a couple seconds ago, he was out of a jump. He was about to land on the ground into a very precarious situation. He just used the up E before he touched the ground, ended up auto-canceling onto the platform into a combo. That move just opens up a huge bag of tricks for Donkey Kong.
And Tweek has to watch out, constantly going back to that up B, which could put him in a really bad position as he tries to land on stage again.
Ooh. All right. Kong Cyclone, once again, just proving to be such a solid tool for DK.
Oh!
You got to respect him. Once he's in the air, you got to bait that out, and then he's very vulnerable upon falling. And is that it? Yes, the cross-up smash.
Will getting caught with the hot slaps in the wrong direction and eats an up smash for it.
I'm surprised that that up smash caught him from behind. I guess it has that initial hitbox that pops you up from both sides into the center.
Yep. Yeah, when Bowser Jr. kind of flips up, he kind of flips you up with you, you know.
That Marth box, as we call it.
Yeah, Marth box.
Very reminiscent of how Marth's feet, even though he sticks his sword straight up into the air, there's hitboxes that pop you up into the strong hit. Bowser Jr., a lot of characters have that in this game. They really fix those placement hits to work, to make moves work properly. So shout-outs to the dev team for that.
Yeah, shout-outs. So the run back to Smashville, the GOAT, 6 more years.
Yeah, I definitely think Will thinks he could have done it there.
Yeah.
And that is usually what drives the salty run back to the same stage.
Ooh.
Look at this, 76 unanswered so far.
Yeah, but once he goes for the hot slaps, when he takes some damage, that's why I got the death last time, so he has to watch out. He really has to commit to it too, because it doesn't really keep you there. Doesn't do the shield pressure that default slaps does or down B. So Tweek's been taking advantage of that so far.
Yeah, I feel like Will might have been a lot better off using the default down B in this matchup. It covers so much more space. Hot slaps, I mean, it's another kill option, but how many do you really need when you're DK?
I agree. In fact, I actually feel like the default one is way better. Oh, wow, that was so awesome. He kind of just anticipated the clown car and ran right off with the back air. But, yeah, I think the default down B creates a lot of shield pressure, and especially in the corner, too. But it's a huge asset. DK, you're right, doesn't really need that extra kill power when he already has so much of it. And the Cyclone Kong sucking him up into the hit and kills him. That puts Will at one stock lead with 86%.
Look at that armor just getting right through there. DK, I mean, he is the brute force king. He will be able to press buttons through most of your stuff.
Yep. All right. Tweek trying to establish something with that Mecha Koopa, but immediately gets knocked off by the up B, and he gets a little bit of a combination there, connects with the aerial hammer, and that's going to be a kill for Tweek. And now only a 40% difference. Oh, trying to keep it up.
Yeah, but able to break combos with that up B. That's such a good attribute of Kong Cyclone. Once you get popped up into the air, you can just break your opponent's follow-ups with that wind box, the super armor. Look at that. It's so hard to establish momentum over DK, and that's usually the downfall of big characters, is that you can get huge combos and huge follow-ups on them, and they struggle to land. But DK, and especially Will, showing some serious resilience in those situations with Kong
Tweek
Cyclone.
can barely land right now, and anytime he does, Will has the shield pressure to force him into a jump or a running situation. Now he's trying, again, he tries to set up the Mecha Koopa, but the Storm Punch immediately knocks it away.
Tweek able to footstool his way out of that setup. Will was going for jab to something.
Ooh, getting risky.
Oh, sucked in, and there we go.
Yep, gets sucked into the vacuum and spit right out. That's a 1-0 for Will. He is on set point.
All right, and this is probably the first time Tweek has encountered this up B from DK, and definitely the first time he's fought somebody of Will's caliber using it. As I mentioned before, these guys have met in bracket before. Tweek was victorious, but there were no custom moves allowed, so that really does change the dynamic of things here.
Right. Are we going to get the salty run back to smash? Yeah, we are. All right, so both of these players very evidently do not mind the stage choice. Is clearly not coming down to that. Now we got game 3.
Oh, Tweek charging right in there with a cart and takes 0 damage twice in a row from the wind box of Kong Cyclone. See, the reason you don't really have to fear that move so much, and people are starting to figure this out, is because when you get sucked in, you don't have to take the second hit. You can actually air dodge it. And if you have a 2 or 3 frame aerial, you can stick that out, and it'll actually hit DK. So I don't believe Bowser Jr. has a move that fast. Those up air or neutral air might be close. He can still air dodge out, and it doesn't look like Tweek is savvy to that yet. But when he figures it out, maybe in a set that isn't this one, we'll see some differences.
We're trying to snipe Will with that Mecha Koopa, but he really has to pick and choose his approaches here.
Oh, I feel like Bowser Jr. can play like a zoning-based Sonic almost. He'll throw the Mecha Koopa out to entice you to do something or make you feel like you have to move. And then he can also just whiff punish so well with the clown car. Oh, really risky abandoned ship to hammer, though. That is causing Tweek all the stage positioning he just had, and a super early hit.
Thinks he can trade with down air, and Will throwing out the taunt. Yeah, you know, going back to the Mecha Koopa, I really think in this matchup it may even be more of a hindrance than it is a help. Well, I'm sorry, in most matchups. In this one, not so much because you know, Will really can't get in his face as quickly when he throws it out. But again, it puts Tweek in a position where he has to shield. Will can super armor through it, as you see right there. So he has to be careful when picking and choosing when he wants to use the Mecha Koopa.
And Will still hanging on to that first stock, even though Tweek got a very clean stock.
Oh! Tweek reading the landing, gets the easy forward air.
Speaking of very clean by Tweek. Okay, and this could be a big combo. Oh, just going to take the 2-piece, but that's good enough. Mecha Koopa applying some shield pressure.
Yep, re-picks it up, gets the damage. Now he has the lead for the first time in this entire game.
Oh!
All right.
Yo, abandoned ship, wow.
Really making great usage of those disjointed explosives. Oh.
This could be Will's chance, though.
Oh, nice. Scoops him right up out of the Koopa car. Now he has a little bit of a juggle going. Doesn't respect the landing.
The hot slaps, though, that is one crucial use of it there. It can kind of anti-air, but he just straight up hit him on the ground with it. All right, he's got the Mecha Koopa.
Has to be careful charging that punch off stage. He could easily eat a Mecha Koopa for that.
Both of these characters literally can make the floor into lava.
Oh.
Oh, no, you got to air dodge.
Scoops him up, takes the percent lead. Oh, and then connects. That's not going to be enough, though.
Super weak. Super weak. Storm Punch. Oh, and Tweek not blocking in time.
And just waits, follows the fall, up airs for the win, and that is a 2-1 victory for Will over Tweek.
Sick performance by both of these players. They did really, really well today. Tweek taking a very respectable 5th place. And now we're going to have the other side of Losers Quarters, which is going to be False versus Angel Cortez. This is the first post-patch time that they're going to be meeting in bracket. The last 2 times they met in bracket, though, 3 weeks ago, I believe, at Blues Big Bang Bi-Weekly at Hitbox Arena, Angel took 2 sets off False, double eliminated him from the tournament, which I think really put Angel on the map. Even though he had already had wins on 6WX, DePuffster, Nairo, I feel like double eliminating False really got people to notice this kid.